And for more, I'm joined by former U.S. Navy pilot and intelligence officer, as well as retired FBI supervisory special agent Rich Kolko. It's good to have you back, Rich. And I want to start with that new ultimatum that Trump is giving Iran tonight. Just a few hours ago, he posted, quote, "If Iran doesn't fully open without threat the Strait of Hormuz within 48 hours from this exact point in time, the U.S. will hit and obliterate their various power plants, starting with the biggest one first." What do you make of this? And do you think this is the key to Iran opening the strait, or will this lead to plunging the country and its people into darkness?
Well, operationally and tactically, clearly, President Trump has the capability and ability to do exactly what he's saying. The U.S. does own the skies, owns most of the oceans or the Navy area right there. And if they want to take out those power plants, they can. The problem is, will Iran open up the Straits of Hormuz? You got to remember that they've got the ability to do that because of the shoreline, because of the size of the straits there. They can do that with drones, artillery from the shore, missiles. So they don't even have to shoot much. They can just make the threats. But if the president clearly has the ability to carry out his threat, it's going to be an interesting now 47 hours to see what the next steps are.
Would that be a significant escalation if we were to plunge some major cities or areas into darkness?
I think it is, because I think one of the important things here is we know that President Trump has talked about wanting some sort of regime change in Iran. And right now, there's a large portion of the people in the country that support the United States, support Israel, what they're doing, which could lead to regime change. But that means leaving their lives kind of intact. But once if they start losing power plants, water plants, schools, roadways, and their lives become much harder, they may not feel as supportive of what the U.S. is doing to achieve that regime change, and that could change the tone of everything fairly quickly.
I appreciate that context. And just yesterday, a spokesman for Iran's military made a chilling threat via their state TV that they would target tourist sites worldwide in retaliation. It is a popular travel season. Spring break is kicking off for many here in the U.S. Using your FBI background, what's being done to counter and track that sort of threat on a worldwide level?
Well, that is a great question. And that threat doesn't have to necessarily be real. But think if you were the security director at any park or amusement area or a tourist site, you have got to go to your people there and you have to step up your security level. You have to pay the price, you have to pay the overtime, you have to bring the people in, you have to inconvenience the people that are coming to your park now, additional security checks. So even if the threat is not real, it's going to change the way people operate at these tourist sites around the world. That's going to be problematic. Just like flying has gotten so complex with the TSA shutdown, now we can anticipate security at these parks just changing dramatically and having a great impact on that's spring break and the tourists and everybody going on vacation over the next few
And that
months.
quote specifically was, "From now on, based on the information we have about you, even parks, recreational areas, and tourist destinations anywhere in the world will no longer be safe for you." What do you infer from that? Is it a threat of missile or drone attack, or is it the activation of lone wolf attacks in some of these recreational areas?
We've talked about the sleeper cells, whether they exist or not. I don't know, but certainly the inspired attacks are very possible, very common, and unfortunately very likely. So anybody sympathetic to the Iran regime in place right now that wants to do something in support of the Iranians in power, they may be inspired to go carry out an attack at any park, anywhere, not just in the United States, but anywhere in the world. And that is going to be a problem. And there's going to be a lot of action and reaction from those security directors, from people. People are going to stop going to these parks. People are going to have to step up to security. This is a real problem.
Rich Kolko, appreciate your time as always. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.